Today, we are going to continue to use multiplication. We are also going to use other math skills to solve these number stories or these word problems. The title of this lesson is Making Travel Plans. We really can't travel during the pandemic, but hey, let's just imagine that we can travel. College students in Santa Barbara, California, completed classes and are making travel plans to go home for the summer. Use the information in the chart below to help them plan their trips. If needed, draw a diagram, such as a measurement scale, to help you solve the problems. Before we start, let's become familiar with this chart. One-way train and bus fare from Santa Barbara, California. So they're leaving California, and they can travel by train or by bus. The first column is the destination. Where are they going? The second column is the approximate travel time. How long will it take to get there? So it will take approximately 3 hours to travel to Los Angeles. And of course, the third and fourth columns are the cost. $31 by train, $22 by bus to go to Los Angeles. Right away, I can see on this chart that I am going to have to convert or look at hours and dollars or money. So we're really going to have to pay attention to what the question is asking for as we read these word problems. Let's get started. Colleen, Amelia, and Teresa are going home to San Diego. Right away, before I go on, I am going to go to my drawing tool and I'm going to circle San Diego. Use my shape tool. Let's see if that works better. I'm going to circle San Diego. Why am I circling San Diego? Yes, because that's where they're going. They're going to San Diego, and I see that on my chart. Or you could also underline. If you want to underline this important information for San Diego, then you can do that as well. They buy 3 train tickets using 2 $100 bills. How much change should they get from the cashier? Our answer is going to be in dollars because we see the dollar sign. That's important for us to know. The next thing I'm going to do is circle the numbers that I have to use. I'm going to circle my important numbers. Okay, 3 is going to be important. There's a number. 2 100. I'm probably going to need that. So now I know I need to use something with this 3 and 2 $100 bills. So I circled my numbers. I underline my important information. What am I trying to answer? How much change should they get from the cashier? How much change should they get from the cashier? That's what we're trying to solve. Let's think about this. Let's solve this a small piece at a time, partially. They buy 3 train tickets. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask myself is how much did these 3 train tickets cost? How much is 1 train ticket to San Diego? I'm looking at by train. I've circled already for San Diego, $42. So to figure out the cost of 3 tickets, I'm going to multiply $42 times 3. And I am going to use partial products multiplication, 42 times 3. First, I'm going to multiply my tens place, 3 times 40, because we're thinking expanded form. We're going to break it down. What is 3 times 4? 12, and then add our 0. Yes. 3 times 2 equals 6. And I'm going to add these together, 126. I know that the 3 train tickets cost $126. Okay, so far so good. I can read the next part. And they used 2 $100 bills. What is the total of 2 $100 bills? One $100 bill is $100. So if I had 2 or doubled it, yes, $200. And I'm just going to put a little text box of my new numbers so far, my information that's going to be needed. The total cost of 3 tickets was $126, and they're using $200 to pay for them. Now I can answer or solve my story. How much change should they get back from the cashier? How can I determine how much change they get back when you're buying something? That's right. We are going to subtract $200 because that's how much they gave the cashier, 2 $100 bills, and we said that was $200. And the train tickets in total cost $126. So Colleen, Amelia, and Teresa gave the cashier $200. Their total was $126. So we are going to subtract 200 minus 126. Let's do that now. I lined up my place value. I can't regroup. There's nothing in my ones or my tens. So I'll regroup from my hundreds, where my 2 now becomes 1, and my 0, 10. Now that I have value in my tens place, I'm going to regroup again for my ones. So my 10 becomes 9, and then the value of my ones is 10. 10 minus 6 equals 4. 9 minus 2 equals 7. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Yes. So I can see that my answer is $74. If the girls gave the cashier 2 $100 bills, $200, and their total was $126, then they will receive $74 back. Now is a good time to pause this video. But as you pause it and you're rereading the problem, really pay attention to how much we broke the word problem down. We looked at every part to make sure that each question was answered. Okay, let's go to part B. The cashier wants to use the least number of bills when she gives the girls change and has only $10 and $1 bills. How many $10 and $1 bills could she give them? So they need to get back $74. That's how much they need. The cashier wants to give them change, and she only wants to use $10. I'm going to circle that. And $1 bills. She wants to make 74 with tens and ones. How many $10 and $1 bills could she give them? First, let's look at our tens. How many tens does she have in 74? Yes. So she would give them 7 $10 bills. How about my ones? How many ones are there in 74? Absolutely. And 4 $1 bills. Let's go to our boys. Juan, Terrence, Rashad, and Adrian are going home to Los Angeles. How much more? Ooh, that sounds important. How much more? I'm going to underline that right away. That sounds pretty important. How much more would it cost for them to buy 4 train tickets than 4 bus tickets? So I need to determine the cost of 4 train tickets and then the cost of 4 bus tickets. To where? Los Angeles. I'm going to go back to my graph, my chart here. I am erasing the San Diego information. And now I'm going to draw my circle around Los Angeles because that's where the boys are going. Let's go back and make sure we're getting the appropriate information. We're looking at the cost of 4 train tickets and the cost of 4 bus tickets. 1 train ticket is $31 and 1 bus ticket is $22. Let's break this down and let's determine the cost of our train tickets first. So by train is $31 for 1 ticket. You can use partial products multiplication to determine the product of 31 times 4. I'm going to use a text box so it's a little easier to see. 31 times 4. And I want you to solve what is 31 times 4. What is that answer? What is the product? Go ahead and complete 31 times 4 at this time. You can use partial products or you can even draw your rectangle. There's my 4. I need 2 sections because I only have 2 digits. 31. So you choose, how do you want to solve this? And go ahead and solve 31 times 4. Then we're going to solve 22 times 4. You can use your rectangle again, or you can use partial products. It's completely up to you. But I want you to solve 22 times 4 to determine the product. If I was going to set this up on my rectangle, I would put my smallest digit to the left. I have 2 boxes because I have 2 place values, 20 and 2. What is the answer? What is the product? Go ahead. You can pause this video to solve 31 times 4 and 22 times 4. Once you have your 2 totals, your question that you're answering is how much more would it cost for them to buy 4 train tickets than 4 bus tickets? We're looking at the difference. So you're going to use subtraction to find your final answer. Just a hint, you're going to look at your products and subtract to find the difference. So you're going to subtract to find the difference. Whatever the difference is, that's what your answer is going to be. All right, guys, I know you got this. Go ahead after you solve number 2 and you have successfully completed number 1, turn it in, and then it'll go back to Schoology to submit.